Okay, so this is clips from the Philippines game. I reduced the resolutions just so it downloaded, etc. quicker. But just want to talk about a few little things that I think could be improved. Um, so here, a lot of the time, our cutting angles are off. Um, so, for instance, in this situation, Salap's thrown the swing, which is the right thing to do, and then headed across the field. But the angle of the cut is this way, allowing the defender to possibly get on the inside. Alex rightly doesn't throw it. I mean, the force is overcommitted, so he's probably trying to look for something into the backhand space as well. But this angle could be this way, or at least this way. And also at this point, where Alex has looked Jackie off, Jackie should recognise there's no one in this space. They should come back round for the dump and take responsibility for taking this spot. Chris also stops here and turns back. I think he should, because his defender stayed there, I think he should cut back into this space more. Okay, so stop there, his player stops, step in towards him, and then come back into this open side space, even though the force switched. And then I think Alex needs to fake this earlier. Chris hasn't kept his player busy enough. Player's been able to watch the disc, so now is able to get the poach block. So you can see that all the other players are downfield, so there's no one back here. So taking that responsibility to someone to fill in the handler spot to make life a bit easier. And then on top of that, Chris taking that responsibility to come back and handle because there's no one there. Or at least not let his player poach by keeping him moving around. Okay, next clip. I like the fact that in this clip, Chris has obviously beaten the person deep, then comes back hard under, and then keeps the disc moving. Jackie keeps the disc moving. I really like this. The fact that he recognises just to stop. Just stop in a space and get the disc back. This is what I want more of. When players recognise that just by stopping, they get the disc and can continue the dribbling or the movement, then that's really good play. Okay, and then he spots the Chris and just throws it into the space. People are a bit tired, I think, but it's a good look. Good do by Alex. Good dribbling. Maybe the dribble could have continued a bit further. Good swing. This angle again. This angle here. I mean, the player's on the inside this time, but if you could be a bit more crossfield or even do this and then do this, then it more like get this. In fact, if you watch Alex tries to do that. He goes round back behind and then comes back at this angle rather than just run flat across the disc. No dunk again, I think. So Alex runs around the back and then comes back at that angle. That's why he gets the disc. I think this is um, the right thing to do. The problem is, I think David's too deep. If we go back a little bit, so David gets the disc here. If we watch what David does, throws it to Alex, then heads down the line, which is fine. Then comes back inside, and then here I'd like him to cycle back up in field a bit more. There's three people now. There's one of them who's come under. There's the other that's come under, but David is still deep. And when the disc gets thrown, he's here. At least he's on this side of the field, but not far enough. And this poach could potentially get the disc if it was up in the right area. Maybe if this isn't, if everybody is here, then Kane can throw the disc anywhere in this space and not try to throw it hard, and it's a score. But here, it's got a smaller area to aim for, and he doesn't execute the throw well enough. So, yeah, a couple of times on offense, both lines ending up too deep at different points. This is about orbiting. So we've got Ken's decided to sit in the lane. I don't know if it's communicated or not. I don't know who with. But at the moment, Alexis, Toe, and Gordon all looking to be on the open side. And Henry is going to get beaten into the backhand swing space. Oh, it's not Henry, it's Alex, sorry. And then this at this point, Gordon should be recognizing that this corner is a problem. Whoever's marking the back person starting to recognize that this corner is a problem. Okay, and starting to move across. Okay, so Gordon should be here now. And then he would be able to see these people heading into this space and should be starting to commit into this space. Okay, it doesn't matter if his person scores in this situation. Like at the moment, it's going to be a score. So somebody has to just help. And there's a triangle here. So if he went and helped, it'd be pretty easy for Toe and Alexis to recover positioning. So that communication piece, that sharing, especially when the disc gets swung and people end up on the wrong side, think about staying on the break side a little bit longer to help out your teammates and communicate. So the backhand swing, continuation. Alexis is free. And then this is a good pass, pops to Jeffrey. And then this cut angle at the moment is not too bad. I think I'd prefer it to be this line here. Maybe even steeper. Yeah. But what happens is it's heading this way and then it's curving away. The disc hasn't even been released yet. It's starting to curve away. Maybe this allows the defender to get onto the inside line. Chris ends up reaching into the space where he should have been running. Again, angle of cuts should have been steeper. Okay, from that position, especially when we do slash cuts, it's hard to sometimes get an angle. Sometimes you have to run away and run under, make it more of a V cut. This one, you're starting off in the deep space, you should be able to come back at a better angle. That's why they get the D. This is again D positioning. Got three players marking the deeps. Alexis, this person is camera. It's here. Okay, so we've got flick force. It goes, and Wilson, great attempts. Layout bid D, no problem with that. As soon as that happens, as soon as these players, one, two, three, are looking at a disc, maybe Chris isn't looking at the disc, but he's on the open side, they should think about sharing. So Jeffrey knows that can see that there's no force on at the moment, communicating with these people. Okay, could just stop here on the break side, but repositions onto the open side. And then Alexis is trying to block the hole, but not far enough. Gets thrown into that backhand space. So again, communication, being on the wrong side sometimes, helping each other. Good catch by Jeffrey. She goes to Chris. Okay, so first time through, I want you to watch Buzz and Nick. Okay. No cut, no cut, no cut. Even though Buzz is on the wrong side, these two players don't cut. And when Buzz does cut, he's cutting into a space where he can't be hit because this player is over here. You get the D. So let's rewind that again. Okay. So I want more aggressive cuts look by those two. I want them to get involved. Now let's look at Jeffrey. Jeffrey at this point here turns away. I think he should stop and come back here and provide an option. Now I know Chris is looking at the other Chris, but with the player standing there, I think he could just step back into this space and get something easy. Chris, slippery obviously because it's muddy. I think you should probably throw that at this stage. I'm guessing the stall count is now on 6, 5 or 6. I think again, Chris could do that cut and then try to come back into this space just for a simple little backhand. Okay. Wilson comes back, but Chris is disconnected from it. So switch again. So maybe Chris staying more connected with one player. So there, looking at, he starts looking at Wilson. So it's looking at Jeffrey. Looks behind, sees Chris coming, keeps an eye on Chris, fakes it, looks at the next one, which is Wilson here. Wilson comes back, but totally disconnected now looking at a hammer. Nick's not moving for the hammer, so that gets rejected. Comes back to look for Wilson. I think if he stayed connected with Wilson the whole time, he could have thrown to Wilson earlier. So thrown to Chris there if he stayed connected with him. And then I think he could throw to Wilson here if he'd stayed connected with him. The time he turns, good D. Gets the block. So I think it's about taking responsibility and not just doing half cut, seeing that Chris needs something and giving him something 100%. So I think both Jeffrey, Chris could have done that in that point, and Nick and Buzz could have contributed. Spread of play to Nick. Oh yeah, this is. Just want to talk about again taking responsibility. I mean, this works out. Chris throws this, and then Chris cuts from where he's thrown it and scores. Okay, so Chris wants the disc, but Buzz here just watches Chris. There's a switch. Nick's player switched onto Nick, and Buzz is now free, but doesn't realise one of these two players is free. And it's Buzz at the moment. He just runs towards a potential mark. Okay, should be realizing that he's free and looking to get the disc. We hit throws into this pocket so many times for the weekend, and it was so good for us. So good for us. And then this one we didn't. An example of when we didn't do it. So up the line, up the line, forces on the wrong side, toe maybe could be a bit wider, recognizing that this is now free over. I mean, David could step back, but it's cutting the space. But Gordon is going to be free. That should go to Gordon. I think Ken can also wait and not go up the field so much. Could just at this point just stop and wait But I think there's enough space to throw this throw here to this person. But Ken could have waited a little bit longer, and then this hole would have been still free now, but would have been through a hole for longer. And then we miss it all and end up trying to throw something towards the back end of the stall count. This angle again is a little bit wide. I think it'd be nice if it was steeper this way rather than this way. Clears. I'd like to think can inward turn stay connected with Ken, but Ken's leaving. So as soon as there's no connection here, I think look to swing the disc to Gordon. Just throw it up out into that space. Everyone's now too deep. Gordon gets the disc eventually. I think he should also just pull it out into Alex. Just take the easy pass. Or 1-2 with Alexis is fine as well. There's lots of space on that side of the field. Great idea by David to hit the pocket. And then the huck goes up. And Toes person gets the D. This is another situation, I said this earlier in this video, where the deep is too deep. The back players are too deep. So let's have a look at this again. So let's have a look at Toes. Not seen him yet in the picture. Everyone's a bit too deep anyway. Okay. So this is Toe. Deepest player at the moment. Player is underneath him. So that's sort of if he's going to stay underneath, wait inside for someone to huck it. Don't just wander deep just because the player's deep. Because when you get out of range, then there's no point. The swing, this player is. Toe must be another 5 meters ish when Alex throws this disc. And when it gets thrown, still can't see Toe. This is Toe's back leg. Think. See in a second. Okay. And the disc has already travelled quite far. It's Toe's back leg. And it allows his player to get the D. So again, staying a bit more, not being too deep, giving the space to the cutters from the middle layer to go deep, as well as yourself. Angles of cut again. Committing to the cut. Don't mind this. Obviously, I could throw the swing and we could continue that way, but it's okay. It's not too bad. Chris decides to start coming across, but it's not free, so it gets this back on the side. That's okay. So now we're looking for this person into the middle cut. Buzz does do this, and he's free at this point. Okay. So he needs to head. I know this person's clearing, so that affects maybe the angle of your cut a little bit, but he should be heading to basically this wet patch here. Well, preferably here, but it's hard with this current position. So it's probably more likely to be here, but this sort of angle into this middle pocket. You can't run wide because of this player. Okay. At this point, if he's running to here, his body should be okay. He doesn't run to there. He runs here and curves away. Now, maybe the player would have got a D anyway, I'm not sure. But the angle, again, just could be steeper. So he he hesitates as well in the middle. Okay, so we want that angle to be steeper and to really commit to it. If you're in front, you commit to it. Maybe he thought Nick was in a better position, but if you're in front, just go for it properly. Maybe Chris could have faked it and seen what happens. This is a point on our zone, our black cup man transition. We've got a cup of three here, but there's only two handlers. One, two. Need to communicate this. And the middle of the cup has to, well, one person in the cup, probably the middle, has to drop. And definitely nothing goes between. I think this is about scanning as well. So if you watch Jeffrey here, doesn't, there was a little scan there. Jackie scans there, but Jeffrey, I don't think has seen this player here. Buzz should have seen him because standing pretty close to him, should be communicating. Don't know if that happens or not. But Jeffrey is just looking at this player. There's only two handlers. If there's only two handlers, that means there's more people behind. So these people have to find that extra person behind by scanning. Then the guy fakes the blade, which is like not your problem. Like throwing a blade over the top is a Deep's problem. They're playing person. Like if they throw a blade to a person being played on person, it's not zone. It's hard. So don't fall for that fake. Jumps up in the air a little bit and generates this hole. Okay, so there's no way that there should be a hole here anyway. Plus, they should also have turned around and found the person. So it goes in between. Continuation happens, and then on top of that, I get the wrong side and get beaten deep. So here I should maintain my positioning. So I should flip my hips and maintain, but instead I just watch him run down behind me, and then flip to find the disc on this side. And then by the time it hits him, he's behind me and he's gone. Because I should just stay deep. By the time I realise too far off. Again, I think this is an orbiting one. Harder this one. I think maybe Henry could look but harder, but definitely here. That last throw. It's on the far side. It's on the backhand. A forcing flick. It's on the right on the backhand side. Alex gets into that space. David is on the right side. Gordon should be coming onto the right side. Henry can stay this side, and Ryan can swap to that side. And then Ryan, at this point, I mean, David's more interested in Gordon's person, but Ryan could be helping out Henry. Okay. I don't mind Henry's positioning. It's like he's on the open side, open side, open side, open side. The side going clears. Staying on the break side, the position on the backhand side is fine, and just gets flipped around here and gets beaten around the back of stamp. Actually, you could just right dive and probably call pick. But anyway, I think at this point, David and Ryan, Gordon should be on the break side. David and Ryan can help head to head. Ryan is just looking at the disc, not aware by time. Realise this guy, the players running away around. Okay, so some things to work on there. First off, cutting angles, making sure we're cutting at good angles. Two, responsibility, make sure we go and get the disc when we have to go and get the disc. Like, there's not much options for the player. We need to keep this moving. Don't just bail out. Sometimes you have to do hard things to get the disc. I think Alex demonstrated that all weekend, is that when he decided that he was going to be the one to go and get the disc, he managed to get the disc virtually every single time. So it's about attitude, wanting to get the disc, and then doing something with it. Scanning, orbiting, helping your teammates out, communicating. Now, I think we did all those things better this weekend. Sideline was better, etc., but still some improvements to go. So hopefully some things to take forward to Trio. I'll look at some of the other videos as well and get some clips from them and put them out later, hopefully.